no, not yet.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm right.
So the Chinese brands are nailing it in this country when it comes to value for money with the cars that they're putting into the market. Now, I drove this Haval H6 HEV, or hybrid, if you will, last year. Nothing new has changed, nothing's been added or anything like that, but Haval is now trying to educate the public around hybrids and hybrid technology. And so they've kind of set it out into the fleet again for, I suppose, for us as journalists to do that job and educate the public. However, what I like about getting to drive a car again is that there's certain things you may have missed the last time you drove it, or, you know, things that you thought were fine and are not, or thought were not and actually are. Now, I'm in this HEV, which is a super luxury, so it has just about every feature you could possibly imagine. This is the whole thing about the value for money thing. The only downside to that sometimes is that some of the features are either a bit glitchy, or there are just some quirks in the car that either you're not going to like or is going to take some getting used to. So like I said, this has got everything. The safety technology is insane in this car as well, but it can be quite intrusive. Now, most of them you can set to a sort of sensitivity of low, but even then, you know, it's not great. And the other thing, which you can turn off, but I don't know if you're like me, I'm quite competitive and even with myself. So you get to, well, the car rates your driving. It gives you a score when you turn the car off. It's either going to make your day or break your day, which I have now learned. So I might have to turn it off because I think I should be a 5-star every time. I got a 2 the other day, 2 stars. I'm sort of averaging about 3. You also, in order to access the climate control, unless you're on the screen that you then choose, it's got that as one of the features. But if not, you have to click, I don't know how else you access it, but you have to sort of click it off or on, whichever it is, and then it will turn off and then it shows you the screen and then you can sort of up the fan speed or whatever. Also bizarre for me, just bizarre. But what this car does have is loads of space. You've got loads of places to put everything under the console here. You've got a wireless charging pad here, but you've got little cup holders that you don't have to have as cup holders. You can just put stuff in there, your phone if you like. The boot is big. Unfortunately, there's no spare tire and it's kind of shallow, and that's because there's a battery there, right? Speaking of, so probably the most important thing, right? This has a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, and then is of course mated to an electric motor and self-charging battery. It's a small battery, I think it's about 1.8 kilowatt hour. What this does have is performance like you wouldn't really expect or particularly need in such a car. The total outputs are 179 kilowatts of power and 530 Newton meters of torque. So it is hella quick. It's really punchy. Honestly, you've got no problem overtaking. I mean, I love it. I don't think you need this much power in this car, but whatever. I am not going to complain about it. The fuel consumption is claimed at 5.2 litres per 100 Ks. I've been sitting at around 6.2. You probably could get it lower than that, which is the whole point of this car. It's kind of the draw card in a way. But more of a draw card for me is this car stays in EV mode for a lot longer than a lot of the other hybrids I've tested. I find that it's almost always in electric mode unless you're sort of, you know, pushing it on the highway, or like now, for instance, when I'm, you know, going sort of 50, 60 Ks an hour. But every time I'm reversing, every time I'm driving somewhere around looking for a parking, anything, it's very much an electric car. So this comes in at around 670,000 Rand. The only real other competitor is the Toyota RAV4, and that comes in at about 740,000 Rand. So this is quite a bit cheaper, and it certainly has, I mean, it's got sunroof, it's got heated seats, it has just about everything. You're getting a hybrid that is not only spacious, but lovely to drive, very comfortable, very smooth, ever so slightly harder ride, but not enough to dissuade a buyer, I don't think. Just overall, a fantastic option even though you've only got 2. But I would say if you're looking for value for money, I don't think you're going to be too upset if you get one of these for the price that you're getting it at.